Welcome to a new episode of the Sweetkittycrafts podcast channel. My name is Yolanda and thank you so much for checking out this channel and spending some time with me. If you're new here, I live in the east of the Netherlands. This is a podcast about mostly knitting and spinning and all the crafty things. I'm a very obsessive knitter. If I don't knit every day, I don't feel complete, I don't feel relaxed, I feel itchy. What else can I say? Thank you so much for being here. If you're a returning viewer, of course, thank you so much for being back. I know it's been way too long. I've got some coffee here because I need some caffeine right now. I was laying on the couch like playing a little game. I was like, no woman, get your butt in gear, get yourself some coffee and start podcasting. It has been way too long and I've got a pile of finished objects. So, grab yourself some knitting, some crafting and maybe something to drink and let's get started. So the first finished object, well, not really in this particular order, but I finished my Dark Water by Jennifer Steingas. And it is an amazing sweater, I love it. It's made out of cloud-born yarns and it is exclusively sold on Blueprint. Two colors, a light blue and a darker one. And it was a sport weight yarn and it took forever because I'm not a small girl. But it is finished and I'm very happy with it. All the information about the pattern, modifications as so, you can find on Ravelry because I'm quite good at keeping up with my project pages, and on Ravelry you can follow me and friend me, of course, because I'll friend you back and I can see the projects you're working on, which is always a lot of fun. So I'm Yolanda Loves Yarn on Ravelry and on Instagram, so that's where I'm mostly active. And then there's another finished object and I already wore it. This is the Floosy cardigan by Truly Merrill, who is Libby Johnson, and it is made out of fingering weight yarn. The downside is made of Drops Flora. It is pilling like crazy and that is quite sad, but I will depill it and then it's good to go again. Can you see that? There is alpaca in here. I don't know if you can see. And maybe that's what makes it pill so badly. See? It's quite a lot of pilling after a few days of wear. But there's a trick with this. Because you all know how I hate knitting sleeves. So I had a bright idea. I have a knitting machine, a flat mat knitting machine, and that is a fine gauge machine which I hardly used because it was such fine gauge. I was knitting sweaters for my sons when they were all little and they were a little thicker yarns because they were cheaper and they won't fit on that machine. But this is exactly the gauge that matches my knitting. So what I did, I have a garter carriage on the Brother knitting machine. And the garter carriage goes on its own. It's an automatically moving carriage, which means for me it doesn't give me pain or anything. It just goes very, very slow. But that's not really a problem. You put if you got to do decreases every 6 rows, you put it on 6. It will knit 6 rows and I will do the decrease. I can do some spinning, some knitting or cleaning my room. So that's good. What I did, I knit the yoke because it's a top-down, how do you call it? Cardigan. It's not that hard. That's what you get when you don't podcast regularly. And before you separate and put these stitches back together, I hung the sleeve on the knitting machine flat. You have to see if you do this. So I hung yes, these stitches on the machine flat, it's seamed now, and then I knitted the sleeve until the cuff, and then I put it on waste yarn and did the other sleeve. Then I divided the sleeves and the body, so you can knit the body. I did the body just by knitting, because a knitting machine has only 200 needles, and even for the smaller size you need more needles than 200 for the whole circumference. There's some ways around that, but that's not something I master. So that's what I did. I knitted the body just on the needles. I had the sleeve finished. I did the big third seam. I think I did that on this one. And there is quite an invisible seam. That's quite good, because well, you won't see it anyway. So after everything was finished, I added the button bands and the no, this one was already finished, and just the button bands, and I seamed the sleeves, and then I tried it on and measured how long the sleeve was and where and how long the cuff should be. So this was a very interesting thing to do, and I was very happy that I matched gauge on both knitting. Hello, Daisy. Hi. I don't think anybody has seen you in real life. This is my Persian cat Daisy, which doesn't like to be picked up. Doesn't like to sit on the lap, but she is so pretty. Look at her. She's an old lady. She's 14, I think 14, she's turning 15 years old this year. So that was very nice, and I was very happy that I could match the gauge, because that's kind of the thing, you know, it's a lot of tampering with the tension and the stitch, how big the stitches are, to get a matching gauge. So I had a gauge swatch from 50 grams of yarn and tried all different settings, and finally I got the same gauge. Actually, I can show them together. Let's see if this works. So I got a bit of a sleeve and a bit of the body, and that really is close. I don't think anybody would see the difference. So that's nice, and a lot of writing down information about which stitch gauge, which yarn, because every yarn you got to redo the whole gauge thing again. So that was kind, but it was a nice project. And because the cardigans go so slow, I think I did the sleeve a day, like not the whole day, because the thing is upstairs. I would sit at it all the time, but in a few hours you can do a sleeve, and you can probably do the same while knitting it by hand. It just is not an enjoyable process for me. So that's a finished object. Then there's also another finished object. I was really on the finishing kick. I was like, I would have cast on so many things, but I would have finished the other things right now. And this is the Apogee by Olive Knits, or Mary Green, and already wore this a ton. It looks really, really nice. I'm wearing this with a long sleeve underneath, and this is my hand-dyed yarn that was in my shop for a long time, and I just wanted it out and I used it. So it's also a very nice pattern. What else can I say? It's very easy. There's no hard things at the front. It just overlaps and you sew it down. So that's very nice. This is a cotton blend, so that is nice for the warmer weather. I am hot and I'm looking wet and red, and that's quite normal for it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm mostly tired by then. So that's nice. Then there came a test knit in between, and I test knitted for this lady before. I will put links down below because I forgot to bring all the information. Lullaby Lodge, she is on Ravelry, and I watch test knits and I like to do test knits. And this was about a baby blanket. So I did not really use baby colors, but more of a retro color scheme, because this is something I would like to put on a chair in my bedroom, because it is so worn out. But it landed on a little stove here in the living room, and the cats love it, so I don't care. It fits here very well too. It's a super easy pattern. It's on her blog. I think it's for free. It is just double crochet and single crochets, and it is absolutely easy. Even the etching she describes is just a shell etching. I used 300-gram balls of Daramore's anti-pilling DK, which is very soft and a bit of a sheen it got. It's a very nice yarn. It's 100% acrylic, and this was just done in no time, within a week. And the point of test knitting is trying to find some things that are not totally correct, or some mistakes, or things you would is not totally clear. And I really like that. And some people might think, why do you want to test knit? Because you gotta rip back things. Just trying to get in screen a little bit better. And you don't know if there are big mistakes, but for me it's like a puzzle. You just read things and you do things, and if something doesn't seem right, you try to figure out what's wrong. And of course it's a brand new pattern. Hardly anyone has knitted it, and I think that's very satisfying. It's very nice. It's a very nice thing to do. So I will put the links down below for this pattern. I think it is currently running for test, but she is really generous in sending out free patterns on our blog, so I think you can make it. It is in 2 sizes, and I made a smaller size just because I wanted to use sash yarn. It was originally in Aran weight, I think, and you needed 2 balls of every color. These are 3 colors, and well, it became smaller, of course, but exactly what I needed, so that's very good. And then I had so many sock tubes, and the sock mojo was totally gone. I don't know why, but my sons needed socks because my youngest is growing like crazy. He's gonna exceed us all in length. I'm 1 meter and 83 centimeters, so I'm not small. But I think he's already my length, maybe a bit bigger, and he is just 50. So he will grow and grow. I knitted an amazing amount of sock tubes a while back, and they are all sorted now, so they can go in my shop. But this one was a shorter one. This is a leftover yarn from the advent calendars I did. So this is some of my hand-dyed yarn, and it was the advent calendar color. So I had about, I don't know, 40 grams left or something. So these are shorter socks. They don't really like shorter socks. But when I said, oh, I will keep them for me, that's not, no, we want them. So for summer it would be nice. They wear hand-knit socks all year round. Summer, winter, they don't care. So I used the contrasting cuff heels and toes, and that's just a drop fable because that's very nice and strong, and that will hold up to men's feet. We're not done yet. More finished objects. I was really good. This is the Harvest by Tin Can Knits, and it's out of hand-spun yarn. Look at that. It's an easy pattern. If you're a beginner knitter, you want to knit the first cardigan, try this pattern. It's well written. There's just garter at the end. It's an all-in-one construction. This was 18 stitches, 10 centimeters, so it is a quick knit. I used 4 or 4.5 millimeter, I'm not totally sure. But you start with the collar. It's just really nice. It's just 1 raglan increases, and I made 2 buttonholes. Originally you can use none, just keep it open. And there's explanation for how to incorporate 1. I just did 2, and just I had some leftover yarn that will be used for something else, but I didn't try it on because we were a bit in a slump here. We had some stomach bugs and have been sick, so I've all been accumulating all the things And as I wear them, I will take pictures and put them on Instagram, on Ravelry. So this one is on Ravelry, and that one is. The other things are not. So this is very nice and soft. It is a wool and silk, and this is nice. It's marbled, and it is hand spun. It's very, very soft. That's absolutely lovely. I love that. So in between, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee because I've got one more vintage object I can think of right now. They're all big, aren't they? It's nice because I really want to start new things, and I don't know why I want to knit garments all the time. Just a thing right now. I bought a few patterns lately. There's a new one from Caitlin Hunter. It's a crop top with color work. She had, maybe she still has 30 or 40% off 3 of her Italian inspired patterns. So it's a Tanya, the most recent one, and another one. I bought 2 of them. I don't like the oversized look she creates. But if you look at the pattern page of all the other people, there are some amazing things. You just choose a size smaller. Actually, I don't look at your sizes anymore. I know if I go for my hip circumference, that's the largest part of my body, and I take no ease there will be about 8 to 10 centimeters ease on my top. So I'll look for the stitch count that I get with the gauge that my gauge watch says. So my gauge watch says 20 stitches for 10 centimeters. My hip circumference is 120, so I take 20 times 12 because it's 10 centimeters, and 10 times 12 is 120. So you know the stitch count you have to look for in the pattern for the final hip, and that you can find it pretty easily. It's before the bind off if you got a top down thing, and you just look for the size that is closest to that, and then you take that size, you can knit that size. That's for me the easiest way. You can also go, of course, most people go for the bust size, but then I have to really do a lot of increases for my hips. It probably goes the same, but it really works for me, and just go for that. Easy. And then we got the diary by a nice and not pronounceable name from a Swedish designer. I think it's Swedish. And I finished this one also, and this is a very bulky yarn, so I steeped it. I cut it open, and this is acrylic wool, and I put on the button bands and the buttonholes, and I want to put in a ribbon over here because it was spraying a bit. Of course it was. It's not very smart to do your first stick in a non-sticky wool. This is very nice, and this is a bit me. But I sew down all the ends so it is secure. I will put on a nice ribbon and sew by hand both sides, and then this is also a totally finished object. I won't wear this anytime soon because we're getting spring and we had a heat wave already, and now we are back at 16 degrees, which I love. It's still sweater weather. Look how nice it is. And I still got some of this yarn left. Well, other colors. And Patrick was begging for a cardigan for so long, so I'm gonna dig out some of this stuff and make him a cardigan. Already got a few patterns in mind. So that's very nice. I'm very happy with that. We also have the giveaway for today. I almost forgot, but I still got some things to talk about. I got 3 objects I'm working on, and all 3 you have not seen before. One is also partially machine knitted, just trying out things. One is a test knit I just started 2 days ago, and one is a knit that is from a drops pattern, which is 100% cotton and also on quite big needles. So there is a very nice selection of things. I also want to start more tops, like short sleeve things and so on, in more cottony yarn. I've got quite a cotton stash because Drops had a sale a few months ago and I do like the yarn. So let's go into the works in progress. So one project I had a yarn ordered for before Christmas, I think. It is from Blueprint, and this is the cardigan from Jennifer Steingas, and it is, I've lost my stitches, gotta rescue it now because it's color work. Sea Change, I think it is, pretty sure it is. So you all know the pattern, and I love color work. So these are the colors, and I started the color work. The body was knitted on the machine, 2 pieces, a front and a back. The sleeves were knitted on the machine, 2 pieces. They are partially seamed. And it was a bottom up sweater. So this is all still waste yarn. There needs to be some color work at the hem, and then the hem needs to be done. But I want to try it on because sometimes things get too long and that's not nice. So what did I do? I seamed up the side seams of the body pieces, and then you put everything together on one needle. I'm looking outside and I'm thinking what I've done, and everything is on one needle now. So the fun part is knitting the yoke. There's still holes in here because those need to be crafted, even if you do everything by hand. And seaming is a thing though. Nicely seaming is also a thing. But if you buy store-bought sweaters, they also seam, so it's not a very big horrible thing, and I don't really hate seaming. It's not the prettiest, but it has not been blocked yet. So I knitted this piece on the machine, then I crafted the side seams together, and then I knitted this part by hand all the way around, and the ribbing also. So that's very nicely finished. And what else can I say? This is, I think this, let's have a good look. Yes, this is DK weight yarn, so this is kind of the maximum on the machine. My gauge was a bit tighter than the pattern called for, so what do? You take a bigger size. Well, and that's not such a disaster because the only thing you have to hand knit are the accessories like collar cuffs and things, so it's very nice. Yeah, well, the Sea Change by Jennifer Steingas. Lovely yarn. The color, the top color, I will do in a different color. I like the kind of break up just around the neck. So I got a light lime green for that. It's also Cloudborn yarn. Then there is a pattern by Drops. Let's see if I can find it very quick. It is an Awakening Spring Jacket by Drops, and this is it. You probably can't see it very well. It has just very subtle eyelets on the front and the back, and sleeves will be plain knitted. So what did I finish? The whole body. And this is it. So Drops does a lot of knitted on button bands, which is nice because they will always be done with when you finish the garment. And because it is knitted in one piece, as soon as I do a button band on one side, I put in a stitch marker on the other side. So here are the buttonholes, see? And exactly at the same side, the same row, I put in the stitch markers. So it is later on very easy just to put sew on the buttons and don't have to measure exactly where they have to go every time. So this is just an old rose color, I think, old rose. The increases are with eyelets, so front and back are with the little eyelets, and the sleeves are going to be just plain knitting. No problem, right? Big needles, thick yarn. This is drops something, I can't remember. Let's see. Drops Paris this is 100% cotton. So I'm curious to see how it holds up. It costs nearly nothing, so I'm not worried. It probably will grow as you wear it because cotton will grow and it's heavy. It's also very nice for the skin. It absorbs and it keeps cool and all that kind of jazz. So this is so easy. Very easy. I'm not worried about those sleeves though. I'm just gonna whip them up. No problem. This goes so fast. Really, really fast. The last thing I want to talk about before I run out of air is the Lavre top. No clue how you say it. Is it this Imke from Natusius? Is a German designer. Absolutely sure it is, just Imke. This is the top. It's absolutely lovely. I've never worn a crop top and I want to try it. I really want to try it. No suggestions, no remarks yet. I'm going to try it. I want to wear something long underneath, cropped up. We'll see. So, what did I do? I did a lot, of course. This is mindless knitting. I'll do it in the car, do it on the couch, do it while I sleep. No, I don't. Unfortunately, that does not work yet. But yeah, today's Saturday and we'll have movie night tonight. So we got some lovely knitting time. It's something I don't have to watch. And she made in a linen blend. I'm just using wool, the Drops Charisma. I love that yarn. And this is how it looks. Oh, isn't that lovely? I thought immediately about berries when I saw this, and this is a very nice berry color. It's a little less fuchsia than it shows up, but I chose a little bit smaller because now it won't reach my hip probably. We'll see. I hope it will fit. Otherwise, no harm done because this is just a few days of knitting and I can give it away. But I'm pretty sure this will fit because superwash wool has the tendency to grow. That's my dishwasher, she's working for me now. So this will grow while you wear it, and just short sleeves, a few rows, and then this ribbing. And she said it was fine to make it longer if you wanted to. I will try it first the length she suggests, because she was not sure for the bigger, larger size the length would be sufficient. So go try that exactly. Put it on waist yarn, put it on, take some pictures, see what it looks. Because my torso is quite long, a few centimeters longer than an average person, which is normal if you are my size. And if it looks good, I'm pretty happy because there are a lot of crop tops at the moment. Even the one from Caitlin Hunter, and I love color work, and this one is very stunning. I might even grab it for you. You probably, I don't know if you've seen it. I'll grab it for you now. So close. It's the Navelli, and this is how it is, and it's so stunning. I wouldn't use these colors. There were some project pages which got me over the top when buying it. I'm not sure about the neckline, but really you can change everything. Take a random pattern, plug the color work in. Lovely. They look like the floor tiles, don't you think? That might be some Italian inspired things, yeah, definitely. And it's freaking oversized. That's not looking good on me. And I think you gotta have the drape yarn for that, or you will look like a box, which I don't like. We're coming to the end, people. I'm really happy you stick by me for so long. We've got some lovely weather. It's sunny. I see strawberries, very red strawberries already. They're gonna be on something delicious tonight, I think. They need to be picked and need to be used. Everything in nature is absolutely green, the freshest green you've ever seen. So that is absolutely lovely. My friend Esther at ST Knits, she decided to quit podcasting, but she got bothered by her husband and all kinds of people saying, please don't stop. And she just put up a new podcast. So hi Esther, I'm so happy that you decided to go on. Really, it's the easy podcast, the really natural people. I just enjoy that. Just see, and like a friend is talking to you, like I'm knitting on that, I'm knitting on that, and it doesn't have to be fancy, and there don't have to be pictures or anything. Just hi. I'm very happy that you decided to just go what you feel like, and if you feel like it, and don't worry, just do your thing. We really enjoy that. Thank you, Esther. Thank you so much. I'm rambling now. Go have a look if you want to. I can put a link below. That's all so much easier. And the last thing is the prize drawing. I had 2 podcasts where I mentioned this. The first one I was all brain fried. People did comment it. If you put comments on both podcasts, your name is in the bowl twice. That doesn't mean you can win 2 prizes. I don't think that's fair. But you got more chance of me pulling your name. So the first prize is going to be for the lovely Knit Pro. And it's the Paris edition. Look at that. It's a lovely set of needles. There's 1 extra in there because I thought, well, the set needs to be complete. I totally did not like those. I've seen tons of people liking it. So the first prize will be for this one. It's complete with cables and stoppers and all the things. So here are all your names. Quite a lot actually. So I'm going to draw a random name now while I look at you. I don't look at my bowl. And I got 1 lucky winner. Ah, I know who you are. You are from the Netherlands. So congratulations. Please contact me on Ravelry or Instagram, or you can just directly email me. And I'll see this in reverse and hope you won't. But I know you got 2 lovely dogs. So congratulations. Please mail me your full name and home address, and I will send this out to you. Congratulations. Put this on. The prize. The second prize is this lovely skein of yarn. It's a fingering weight and it is from a Dutch indie dyer. The label is gone. I can look up for you if you want to what it was, because one of my earliest podcasts I showed this, including the label. It has some Donegal tweed in there, the naps, and these colors. I think it was the Waddenzee, which is the sea on top of the Netherlands. Lovely. Craftvonders is her name. So this is the second prize, and this prize will go to a lucky winner, we hope. And this is Rose Smith. Congratulations, Rose. Please send me an email, contact me on Ravelry or Instagram. I will check my Instagram just especially for you guys, because I'm a bit low on those social medias. Congratulations, the skein of yarn will come your way as soon as you contact me, and I will send it out. All of you will get some lovely teas with it, because we all love tea and cats and dogs and all the things. The last prize is this lovely brooch thing, which is of course a kitty. There will be 1 lucky winner for this one. I hope it's true. So let's just turn those things around. And this is also a Dutch viewer, Yoke. Yoke, gefeliciteerd. Congratulations. Please send me your full name, mailing address, and a little brooch will come your way. You can use it as a shawl pin if you like. So happy I did this. A productive Saturday. It's the Saturday before Mother's Day. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. And I already got my presents. We went to the shop and my sons are like, Mom, what do you want? I like that, I like that, I like that, I like that. You choose. And then they came home, put it on the table and like, are you gonna use it, Mom? It's fine by us. Okay, I will. And I already enjoyed it and I think I like this more. Because all those special days are kind of heavy. I feel always heavy on those days and I don't really enjoy that. I feel there's a bit of pressure being happy on Mother's Day. It sounds weird, but I already enjoyed. I had a lovely, you can turn the camera and you can see it over there. Maybe that's, let's go in the wrong direction. It's over, so there, where the little plants are in. That's what I got from Patrick. From Michael. Don't think you can see it. Can try. I don't try to make you see sick, I'm sorry. It's on the table there. Okay, and zoom it in. It's there. It's we call it a windlicht. It's for a candle, so it won't blow out in the wind. See, you can see it there. So that's what I got from him. I love that. Boys, they're getting so big. So we had kind of things here. Nothing bad, just things of life that needs to be done, needs to be dealt with. Michael is ending his school career in July, so we got to help him find some special job, so he can try and work despite his autism and his words. They're quite difficult if you you can't speak in your own language. So he needs help. He can work. There's nothing physically wrong with him, but he needs some guidance. He needs a lot of guidance, and then he works very well. He works an internship right now, and they are super, 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 super pleased with him. He gets very high grades. They say it's very precise. You just have to say something once, and he will do it every time over again. The examinator, the person who's watching his exam, was there for one of the well, they get a grade in between how things go, and they wrote a little remark. The examiner was stunned by his work. It's like, I'm so proud of him. It's so hard for him to speak to strangers, to do stuff out of his comfort zone, and he's doing such a great job. Only good things for him. So Patrick is going to do his exam next year, and then we gotta struggle and find new ways for him to become what he's dreaming of for so long. He wants to be a chef, he wants to cook, he wants to bake, he wants to make all the loveliest things. But we just have to find a school that can deal with autism and ADHD. And that is a lot of input for the children, for the boys, and that's one of the major problems on regular schools. Too much input, too much things going on, and they get really overwhelmed and they just shut it down. That's what happens. We'll find a way. Bit by bit, step by step, we'll get there. So nothing weird going on with me. Just going through the things that needs to be done. There are things that we have to apply for, things that change, and oh, nothing bad. Things everybody has to go through in one way or the other. I would so happy I took the time to speak to you today, because I was putting it off. And I hear that a lot with podcasts. It's putting things off because the light is not right, the day is not right, there are too much interruptions, we need to do shopping, we need to do who knows what. But I'm here today and I'm very happy I did. So I hope you enjoy this, and I hope to see you very soon in the next time. And there were some people in the Ravelry group who put up some pictures what they were making. I love that. Thank you so much if you did do that. And well, I've got all kinds of plans, but I won't promise anything because I know me and you know me. It might be a few weeks, it might be a month. We'll see when we get there. All the winners, congratulations, gefeliciteerd. And I'll see you soon. Enjoy all your crafting time.